So today I want to go over a question that several new players have coming into Magic the Gathering. And to be honest, I have been in the same boat as several players who have asked this question. This question is it worth it to buy standard legal cards at their standard inflation prices when you don't intend to use them for standard? The reason I want to address this is because when you're new to Magic and new to buying individual cards, it can be misleading to think that when you buy a card for $40 or more, may make you think that it's going to be worth $40 forever. But that isn't always the case. Since other necessities in life like food, water, electricity, and internet are usually about the same price year round, Magic cards can greatly shift in price. Before I go on to answer this question, it's kind of important to know what inflation is and why it happens. In simplest terms, inflation is the increase in price due to supply and demand. When cards are first released to the market, they're kind of hard to find because not too many packs have been opened and there really aren't that many in circulation. And therefore, the demand for these cards is going to be really high because they're really hard to find. After a few months, however, the inflation prices of these cards will go down because they are in circulation, unless they have been proven to do well in a constructed format. A good example of a card that is in standard as of filming this that is maintaining its value from inflation is Archangel Avacyn. Because this card is being used in constructed play and is more than likely going to see play in other formats outside of standard, its price is not only staying where it was, but it's actually increasing. However, not every card can be a constructed all-star. And therefore, while some cards may start out with very high inflation prices, once players come to the realization that it's not that great for constructed Magic, the price goes down. A great example of a card like this would be Hellrider back in the Dark Ascension set. If you weren't playing around this time, Hellrider was pretty expensive when it was in standard. It fluxed a lot, but it was on average between about $10 or $20, and after its lifetime in standard came to an end, it dropped pretty dramatically. The main reason for its drop in price was mainly because it wasn't as playable outside of standard, and because it was no longer played in standard, it didn't need to have that giant price tag. This brings us to our question whether or not it's worth it to buy standard legal cards at their inflation prices if you don't intend to use them for standard. And the answer to this question may surprise some of you, but believe it or not, yeah, it is actually worth it to buy these cards. If, and keep in mind if, you intend to use them for a format other than standard, and if you know you will get enjoyment out of it. If you as a Magic player know that you will be unhappy buying these cards at the prices that they are at right now, then don't do it. You know yourself better than anyone else. So if you would feel regret from buying something at this price when it is very likely that it could potentially drop, then don't. You are your best judge in that regard. While I, like everyone else, do enjoy getting things at a discount or getting things on sale, there are times where I have purchased cards at their inflation price because I knew that I would use these cards. The thing is, most of the cards that I do buy at these inflation prices usually maintain their value because they are usable in formats outside of standard, but not only that, they are also some of the most fun cards to play with. I mean, some people spend between $40 and $60 plus on a video game or a board game, and the reason they buy it isn't because it's valuable. They buy it because they know that they're going to get enjoyment out of it for years to come. And the same thing can be said about Magic cards. If you don't play Standard, but there's a card that is very popular in Standard that has a really high price tag on it due to it being a really powerful card in Standard, go ahead and get it if you know you will use it, because that card is going to give you so much happiness over the course of your lifetime. I hope this has been some help to you, because as a new player, it can be hard determining what to buy and what not to buy, and whether or not getting these cards at the moment they come out is right for you. Just a disclaimer though, this video is not meant to punish people who collect cards just for the sake of collecting cards regardless of what the price is. It's mainly to just help new players make a purchasing decision. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and leave comments of what you think about prices of Standard or Modern or any other Magic card at the moment. Also, don't forget to cultivate that subscribe button. In fact, you should probably cultivate all the subscribe buttons on YouTube. It's a good habit. My name is Spectre, and I'll see you all next time.